So now we are on live on YouTube. So Talk and Talk is a platform that you can talk in English, Spanish, Italian, and French. In this immersion, we are just talk in English, okay, 100% in English. So let's start with the presentation. So I'm Larissa, I'm a hostess here. I'm 25 years old. I'm an architect. I work with landscaping. I live in Rio with my husband, and I have a cat and a dog. So, Alison, can you present to us?
Yes, I'm Alison. I'm 33 years old. I'm from São José do Rio Preto, countryside of São Paulo. I work with IT as project manager. I like to go to the gym. I have a pet, a kitten, and just that.
Okay, and what about you, Vito?
Well, I'm from Uberlândia, Minas Gerais. I'm 32 years old. I am a software developer. I am married and have 2 cats and a dog. And my spare time, I play basketball, play guitar too, and ride skateboard.
Okay, great. And what about you, Danny?
Well, hi everyone, I'm Dennis, I'm 44 years old. I'm from São Bernardo in São Paulo, ABC Paulista. I'm married, and I have a daughter, 14 years old daughter, and a dog too. And I'm from IT, I'm a product manager.
Great. And you, Ronald, can you present yourself? No? Okay. So, Apoena, can you present yourself?
Yes, my name is Apoena. It's a different name. I live in Salvador, but I'm from Pernambuco. I'm 39 years old. I don't have kids, but I have a little dog, Dash, a salsichinha. And I am a fiancé. I'm going to get married in next October. So I'm so exhausted. I'm so nervous and anxious about this. What else? In my free time, I like to drink wine with my fiancé. I like to run. I am a marathonist. That's it.
I got married 3 months ago, so I understand you. Yeah. So let's start with the question. Fabio Porchat always asks this question in your program or your TV show, and I love this TV show called Que História é essa, Porchat? Do you know, guys? So I'm a little curious about this question. So what is your first memory? In my case, I don't know if I remember this moment or I just saw a picture, but I remember my mother put me in the crib and I was playing with my toys. Even she prepared our lunch, I don't know, to prepare food for us. And what about you, Alison? What is your first memory?
I guess my first memory is when I learned to ride a bike. I was around 4 or 5 years old, and I believe that is my oldest memory.
Okay, great memory. And you, Vito?
Well, my first memory it's when I was riding my tricycle to seeking for my mom. She was used to get to stay with her friend in a few blocks from my house. So I used to ride my tricycle to get her home. I was 3 or 4 years old, more or less.
Okay. And you, Dennis?
I think it was the day when my brother born. I am about 40 years old. I remember clearly that I'm going to my grandpa's house in the car with my mother going to the hospital.
Okay. Amazing memory, right? And you, Apoena?
I think that when I saw the first time I airplane, because my father is a military of Brazilian Air Force. By the way, I am a military too, Brazilian Air Force. So when I saw the airplane the first time, it was amazing for me.
Okay, great. So, Victor, can you read the next question?
Sure. Who was your first best friend in life? Oh, the first person that I can remember was called Diego. I was 4 or 5 years old, more or less, and we used to spend too much time together, doing all kinds of things and playing on the street and make bad things too, like exploding some mailboxes and something like that.
Okay, great. I made a friend on preschool, I guess, and her name is Karini. And after this immersion, I will go to your baby shower because she's pregnant now. And we usually to spend the Sundays in my house with my parents, and I have great moments with her, and it was special for me because I'm a only daughter. I don't have brothers, so she is a sister for me, right? And you, Alison?
My first friend was my older brother, but not talking on parents or family. I have a huge friend that we studied together since the first grade. And we also have a tattoo due to the friendship. And we talk every day. We know about anything about other life. So it is intense friendship.
Great, a special relation with your brother. And you, Apoena?
My first best friend was Viviane, Vivi, and I remember that me and ours play with dolls. We like it to run of the streets, and that's it.
Great. And what about you, Dennis?
My first best friend, I think it was Fabio. We like to play soccer on the streets. We like to play games, Atari on that time. But I have a lot of friends since that time. Alan, Leandro, como é que eu falo manter mesmo? How can I say manter? We keep in contact since that time.
Yeah, great. I forgot to. Thank you for asking. And Apoema, can you read the next question?
Who used to be your hero when you were young? Can I answer?
Yes, of course.
I think my father, he was my hero until when I saw he crying because my mother died in 2008. And until that moment, my father, for me, was a hero. But in that moment, when I saw he cried, I realized that he just a human, and that's it.
Yeah, I think it's normal to put our parents in a altar, right? But we grow up and see just normal things, and I understand you. And you, Alison?
In my case, was my mom. When I was a child, I was always attached to her. And she was my, how can I say? I forgot the word in Portuguese, so it's hard. But she was my hero in any phases, in any circumstances that I can remember.
Okay, great. And you, Dennis, who used to be your hero?
It was my mom too, because he created 3 kids alone, and it was very hard.
Yeah, I understand. And you, Vito?
For me, it's my parents too. They are not so high educated. They can make amazing things. They do a lot of handwork, handcrafting, like woodcraft and something like that. And for me, it's very amazing because they are very creative on many fields, even with low education.
Okay, great. So the next question, did you have any pets when you were a kid? In my case, I always have cats, but I remember when my mom gave to me my first dog, and he was so special for me because he was the first dog, and he is no longer with us now, unfortunately, but he was a very special dog. And you, Apoena?
Me too. I had 2 dogs, Baby and Laika, and I like it because I like a dog. And I think its baby died when he had 8 years. And my little dog, Laika, I think 1 year after this. So it's boring because they were my friends too.
Okay, great. And you, Vito?
Yeah, I used to have a cat called Collie and a dog called Bolinha. And Bolinha come to Uberlândia with us. She lived more or less 15 years, and it was the greatest. I think it's like a brother, like she spent too much time. It is almost family. We consider her as a family. It's very nice to have her on our lives.
Yeah, I consider my cat as my daughter. So what about you, Alison?
Um,
Oh, there's a dog here.
I
Beautiful.
I grew up with a dog called Princesa, a Belgian Shepherd dog, but I also had parrots, birds, what else? Cat, uh, coelho, I forgot how to say coelho,
Rabbits.
Rabbit.
rabbit. So countryside, I played a lot with animals in general.
Yeah.
Did you leave a Zoom?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, almost.
And you, Dennis?
I always have had dogs, big dogs. We live in a big house with a big yard, so we had big dogs that run all the time, all the places in the and on the streets too. I never had cats, and some moments in my life I had some. How can I say peixes de aquário?
Fish, but
Fish, aquarium fish. Okay, in some moments I had aquarium.
okay, great. Uh, Alison, are you a cat person or a dog person? Because I'm a cat person. I prefer cats.
Um, I used to be in contact more with dogs, but right now I have a cat. It just arrived on Wednesday, a Sphinx cat. So now, right now, I believe that I am more a cat person than a dog person.
Yeah, right. Because it's different to have this pets, right?
Yes, they are totally different.
Yeah. I think Apoena is a dog person, right?
Yeah, I prefer the dogs. I don't like cats. I think in my case, I have a little afraid, medo. And I think the cats are more independent than dogs.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it's my opinion, but I think the cats like the boss, os donos, because the food, because the house, because the where else? But I prefer dogs.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think cats are more independent.
Yeah.
And my husband didn't like cats in the beginning of relationship, and now he loves cats. So that's it.
And I think nowadays people like more cats because our life are so correria, so fast, and the dogs are more dependent.
Yeah.
And
I
Yeah.
agree with you.
And the dogs demands more time
yeah,
to us, right? Yeah. So Dennis, can you read the next question?
Yes, 5. Did you used to play sports? Yes, when I was a teenager, I used to play basketball and soccer. I'm not very good, okay, but I try to play both that sports.
Okay, great. I was an athlete, swimming athlete. I started swimming when I was 1 year, I guess, almost 2 years. And I also played handball and tennis at my school. And I like sports a lot. I miss the time. What about you, Apoena?
Over my life, I play sports. I am a Gemini, so I like a lot of things. I did capoeira, I did volleyball, I did karate, and since 2007, I run, and nowadays I am a marathonist, and I like sports too.
Yeah, great. I remember I did taekwondo at school, but I think it's not for me. But nowadays, I would like to go to the gym or make some exercise at home because I need to do exercise.
Start to
And
run.
yeah,
Yeah,
I will try. Okay.
you need just sneakers
Yeah.
and go out.
Yeah. I believe in the beginning I need a partner to do with me to I don't know, but my husband work in a restaurant, so he works a lot and he's working right now, so we don't have time to practice together. But I need to try to do something. What about you, Vitor?
Well, I used to play basketball when I was younger. I almost play professionally. I used to play as a bass player, and I ride skateboard too. This is the main sports that I used to play, and but it's very good. I am a little stop it now. It's been hard times lately. I haven't so much time to do, and there is no court besides near my house, and it's hard to be so far from some courts and places to play. So but I have to, because my body is asking some help first.
Yeah, and we want to live more and have a good body, good life, right? So we need to start right now.
Yeah, I know my body is really feeling this, because every time I have to make some exercise, and it's not just the sports, I feel very tired. I feel some pain, and it's very hard to see this happen, and in that the time I can't help to help my body to feel better, because of the work and the classes, the college and everything else.
Yeah, I need to change some things in my routine to make this, but I would like to try. And what about you, Alison?
I wasn't a sport boy. I have never played or have classes about football, volleyball, basketball, or anything else. But I used to play on streets with colleagues, playing volleyball, police and thief, bola queimada. What else? But right now I am more active than I was on my childhood. I indeed compete with weightlifting, deadlift. I go to the gym every day, and I like to run and to walk. I prefer alone sports.
Okay, great. I use it to play my street too. I love it to play queimada. I don't know how can I say this in English, but I was pretty good, I guess.
That was nice.
Yeah, yeah. So about the question number 6, who was your first boyfriend or girlfriend? Apoena.
My first boyfriend, his name is Daniel. I think we stayed together about 2 years, and we finished because, like I said, my father is military and his father is military too. So my father changed the city, and we went to live Rio de Janeiro, and his father went to Fortaleza. So I think that I had 15 years old. He's too, so impossible to stay together in that moment. So we finished our how can I say namoro? I forgot. But
Date.
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 Yeah, thank you. And we finished our date.
Yeah. My first boyfriend was my husband. Now, we started to date when I was 15 years, and he was my only boyfriend in life. So we are together for 10 years now. And you, Alison?
I began to date late. I just had 2 boyfriends. My first one was Rodrigo, and nowadays I'm dating Naya. It is a different name as Apoena also.
Yeah, right. And you, Victor?
My first was in the I remember I was talking to my wife the last week. It was 6 years old, and was in the first school. I think it's a preschool. And it's funny because I have a friend that was just looked like me, and he made something. He pushed her chair and he dropped and hit her head on the chair, and her mother take from the school, and we never seen each other again. So I think that one of the first memories that I have from the school too.
Yeah, you are too young, right?
Yeah, 6 years.
Yeah.
Just from the school.
Great. And you, Dane?
First love.
Yeah.
Oh, well, my first girlfriend was Leticia when I was about 7 years old, but I think he doesn't know about that, that we were dating. But my real first girlfriend was Erica when I was about 13 years old. We stayed together for about 2 years, and just doesn't work. But it was good.
Yeah, great. I think it's normal. Yeah.
Okay.
Alice, can you read the next question?
Okay. Where did you live when you were a child? So in my case, I was born, raised, and I live in the same city, São José do Rio Preto. I had worked traveling to other cities and states, but I have never considered to move to another place. I really enjoy and love my hometown.
Yeah, in my case, I used to live in this house when I was a kid. I used to live here with my parents, and some years ago we moved to another house, and nowadays I live here with my husband. So I have great memories about this house, and it's amazing because I don't need to pay the rent, so it's amazing. And you, Apoena?
I live in a lot of cities since when I was a child, because my father is military, so I lived in Porto Velho, Rondônia, I lived in Rio de Janeiro, I lived in Boa Vista, Roraima, I lived in Alcântara, Maranhão, I live in São Pedro da Aldeia, Rio de Janeiro too, and it's complicated. It was complicated because I think each 2 years or 3 years, my father moved to other city. And when I was a child, sometimes I like it because I like to know other things. But sometimes it's so sad because I left my friends. So that's it.
Yeah, my husband lived to 2 years in Cabo Frio, and it's close to São
It's
Pedro
close
da
to,
Aldeia.
yes.
Yeah, but I always live in this neighborhood, and that's it. And for you, Vitor?
I was born and raised in Campo Grande, no Mato Grosso do Sul. Then I moved to Uberlândia, Minas Gerais, and I spent the last 7 years on Santa Catarina, Florianópolis. There I was living with my wife, and we came back from Florianópolis in May this year, back to Uberlândia.
By the way, Campo Grande, it's a nice place. My brother lives there, and I know Florianópolis, and we travel around Santa Catarina last year, and I like it so much. It's a good state to live.
Yeah, it's very secure, and we don't have to mind our day when we go walk and something like that. It's very freely to live and make whatever you want.
It was the first time that I saw a woman or a man walking with her dog, and at 9 p.m. In the center of town. So it's a great.
Yeah, it's different to me because I live in Rio, and here it's dangerous, right? But we can do these things, but carefully, right? And
Here in
what about
Salvador,
you?
the same.
Yeah, I would like to visit Salvador someday, maybe in the next year. I think it's an amazing city, so beautiful, right?
I'm
Maybe.
looking forward to know to meet or to be presented to the Salvador Carnival.
Yeah.
It's amazing, amazing.
Yes.
By the way, guys, I think I lived in Aracaju 8 years, and now I'm here in Salvador, but Aracaju, it's a good place to live too. It's so safe, and a good place to how can I say, criar crianças e tudo mais.
To raise your kids.
Raise.
Yes.
Right, great. What about you, Danny?
Well, in my case, I was born and raised in São Bernardo. I live here now, but except for a period of 8 years that I live in São Paulo, but I wasn't, how can I say, acostumado. Eu não me acostumei com a cidade, so I convinced my wife to move to São Bernardo again, and now we live here. It's a safe place. It's a safe town. I like here. My daughter loves here, so we think we are now acostumado. I don't remember.
Yeah, and it's calm, right?
It's very calm. It's a safe place. It's very cheap too compared to São Paulo. So I like here very much. It's near to the beach. I think it's about 30 minutes to go to the beach, living in São Bernardo. So we have a lot of advantages to live here.
Amazing, Danny. So, Vitor, can you read the next question, number 8?
Yes. Who was your most memorable teacher? I think it's Maria das Graças. It was a mathematics teacher. She was very, I can say, strong, you know. She was a little bit rude, but she was amazing teaching us because she tried different ways to approach the same subject. She tried to approach the kids that have some problems to understand the subject, and she tried different ways to teach them. And I wasn't a good kid on the school, and I had too many problems with her because I didn't like to make the homework and things like that. But I learned a lot with her, so she was the most memorable for me.
Yeah, I was a great student at school, and I remember my teacher called Paloma, and I learned to read and write with her, and I was your maid of honor in her wedding, so it was a special teacher for me. Alison, what about you?
I had a teacher, but I don't remember her name. My memory is poor for names, but she taught me on 1st to 4th grade, I guess. And I remember that she was adorable. I learned a lot with her, but I don't remember her name. I have to ask to my mom if she remembers.
Yeah, I'm terrible with names too. I usually forgot their names.
Dory memory, like the move.
Yeah. Right. What about you, Danny?
I think it was Domina in the first year of high school. She was a Portuguese teacher. I always read a lot since I was a kid, and I think Domina consolidated my love for the lecture, for reading. It was a very good teacher.
Great. And what about you, Apoena?
I had a lot of teachers, so in my case, it's impossible to remember about. So that's it.
But you can choose one, just one teacher. No?
I don't know.
No problem. So you can read the next question to us.
Yes. What is the best memory you have?
Hard question.
Yes, because I am 39 years old, so I have some good memories, some best memories. I think when I passed it in my public exam, because I studied so hard, I studied, I think it's 2 years until to pass. I did 4 exams. So when I saw my name in the list, I stayed so very, very happy. So I think it's a good memory.
Yeah, right. I remember when I entered to the college, because it was a big dream for me, especially go to a public university, and it was a good memory for me. And what about you, Alison?
I shared the same memory when I passed the public college. It was memorable and with a feeling of I had achieved my biggest goal by myself. So definitely, so far, it's my most memorable memory.
Yeah, great. And what about you, Dennis?
Well, I think that that's a lot of great memories of travels from the college, but my best memory certainly is from March 22, March 22 from 2009, when my daughter born. It was the best moment of my life. I speak to her every day from that day, and I love to remember that day.
Yeah, great. I would like to live this moment, but in the future, just in the future.
But it's a very good moment.
Right. And what about you, Vitor?
As Buena said, there's a lot in these years, but I remember one that my father built a truck for me made of wood, and it was very, very detailed. You know, all the kids on the street has a truck or a car or a fire truck, and my father came from his travel and made a full size truck. It's very big. I was 6 or 7 years old, and I could sit above him. You know, and I could sit on him and go down the streets, just holding my a hope, tied to the top of the truck. It's a very great memory for me.
Yeah, it was a big truck, right? Like
Yeah, it's like
okay.
1.5 meters. You know, it was long enough to me to go sit inside it.
Yeah, too big. So the next question, the last question, how to create new memories? In my case, I believe we just need to live, because I always have good moments with my family, my friends, my colleagues from work, no matter the place. I can always have good time and create good memories with them. What about you, Alison?
I totally agree with you. I believe that living and enjoying moments, each moment, maybe you can create good memories about that time you spent with yours. Just that.
Yeah, great. And you, Victor?
For me, there is a movie that I love. It's called Into the Wild, and says that the happiness is only real when it's shared. So I believe the most memories that I have, it's when I share with my family and friends. So I think this is the best way to create new memories and good memories.
Yeah, great. And what about you, Danny?
I agree with Victor. I think we create very good memories, and when we live and share our moments with our families and friends and colleagues, and it's just that.
Great. And a poema, how to create new memories.
I agree with you. I think live more, work hard, but don't forget to live. Forget the cell phone sometimes, because cell phone, I think, afastam as pessoas. And go to the beach, go walk with your friends, with your husband, wife, and play with your kids. And I think that's it.
Yeah, great. I like to live in the present, right? But I like to take some picture, and after the moment I can share on my Instagram, but I prefer to live the moment, right? So that's it for today, guys. How was the conversation for you? For me, it was amazing. What do you think, Victor? Did you like the questions?
Yes, was very good questions. Make me remember from my childhood some places that I visit. It's very good being in this place, to remember and feel good and have happy, being happy again for something that we already lived and be happy then. It's what's a very good conversation, and to know the other people's that what they are doing and they have done in their lives and what make other people happy too.
Yeah, great. Thank you for sharing. And how was the conversation for you, Alison?
I like it. Spending the Saturday afternoon with you was great. Talking about memories, best memories, and how to create new. So I enjoyed our session.
Yeah, great. Thank you for coming. What about you, Poena? Did you like the questions, the subject?
Yeah, I like the subject. I think it's good, it's nice to remember something that I did, that I saw in the past, and it's nice.
Yeah, great. Thank you for coming. And for you, Dan?
So, well, I really liked the meeting. It was my first meeting with Talk and Talk. I'm starting today. And I think the question was very good too, to remember my childhood and my and when I was a teenage guy.
Yeah, great. Welcome to Talk and Talk. So let me
Thanks.
share with you the link of survey, and you can just say little things or give me suggestion to our next immersion. And the next Saturday, we are going to talk about language learning, not just in English, but all the languages. And thank you for coming, guys. And Bye bye. See you soon.
Thank you. Bye bye.
you.
Thank you. Bye.